this situation with the migrants in New York City, and apparently it looks like Hamites are complaining as far as how they being treated. You got some Hamites complaining about how they're being treated, and I get a lot of the so-called Black Americans, I'm assuming, are saying to hell with you, whatever, because the same way these students are in the streets and they see the BS that the so-called J people, the so-called small hats, they see how they really get down. A lot of so-called African Americans, so-called West Indians, they see how these Africans move, man. They see how these Africans move. They see that these Africans are for themselves and for their people, and they will suck up all the resources the same way a lot of the so-called African Americans are claiming the Hispanics are doing. But they realize that these damn Africans will suck up all the resources and they'll be stuck with nothing, so-called African Americans, so-called Negroes in this country, the descendants of slaves. They realize that these Africans, they look down on brothers and sisters. They realize they look down on brothers and sisters. And that's all that's going to happen if the devil gave these Africans the resources they wanted. You better believe they would just do what they got to do and take it back to their country, the resources or the money that they accumulate in this country, and give you so-called Negroes the middle finger. They don't give two shits about you. Excuse my language, but they don't. These Africans, they do not care about you, and you're a goddamn idiot if you believe that they care about you. They don't. They don't. You see it. You know damn well what I'm saying is the truth, and that's what it is. But I found this as an interesting story. Check this out real quick, because I'm only going to be on there for a couple of minutes. And this two Thursdays, I want to get this off my chest, because I found it interesting. But check this out.
Many of them have cited that they have been treated unfairly due to the color of their skin. Racist things have been said and done to them. They said that all they're asking for is a work permit.
These are Hamites. Now look at these guys. Look at these guys. Look at these slick bastards. Now, you're from New York, or you're from various parts of the countries where these damn slick devils get in, and they'll sell you bootleg CDs and bootleg sneakers and bootleg whatever, headphones, whatever they can get their hands on. They will make a grip and run right back to their own damn country. But here's what I'm talking about. Look at them. These dudes do not look like you. They don't have the same energy as you. I got into a big thing early this morning with these Old Testament brothers trying to claim that the Most High sees all people the same. And that's bullshit. I got so tight over that when I left. Because the Most High does not see us all the same. We're different from every people on this planet. And we're special. And the main thing that makes us special is what the Most High has given us, his covenant. And the Most High, he's so glorious and great. He didn't give his covenant to just anybody. He gave it to the greatest people on this planet. And that's what has a lot of people envious and mad, and they hate you. They hate you, man. They hate you. These other nationalities, they hate you. They hate you in bottom line. And brothers got to wake up to that. They got to wake up to that reality that the heathens, they hate you. And nothing is going to change that. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. But I want you to take a really good look at these damn dudes. Look at this, dudes. Look at them. You think they're going to say, my brother, we are so sorry we sold you. We have nothing but love for you Negroes. They do not. They're culture bandits. They're disrespectful. They're condescending. They make whores out of your women. And you're going to try to convince me that the Most High, he's put them on the same level as us? You freaking out of your goddamn minds. You're out of your minds. So they're just mad because we're the chosen of the Most High. That's what it is, bottom line. That's what it is spiritually, break by break. We're the chosen of the Most High, and they hate the fact that we're the chosen of the Most High. They hate it, they hate it, they hate it. They hate it. They hate it. Look what the Most High says here. It says, lest there be any fornicator. See this? Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. Who is Esau? The so-called white man today. The same white man today that has the power and who refuses to give these Hamites, these Africans, any work or workers permit or the right to work in this country. They would rather see them starve before they do that. And Hispanics, they'll give them a little bit more leadway because they know that the so-called Hispanics are more subservient, more traditionally slave-minded to vote left or be a Democrat. They know this. They know this. How often do you see Africans talking about voting in this country? Talking about whether one should be a Democrat or one should be a Republican, or really getting into the meat of the matter in regards of politics. How often do you see these bastards doing that? You don't see that. You don't see that. But you see Hispanics going nuts over Donald Trump. You see Hispanics going nuts over Joe Biden. Everybody want to come to the great melting pot. Everybody want to swarm over to America. Everybody want to do that. But nobody wants to respect the so-called Negro, man. Nobody wants to respect him. Nobody wants to respect him. But everybody from around the world wants to be like the so-called Negroes. Even though the Lord, he cursed us and scattered us all over the damn planet. All over the damn planet. You see what I'm saying? So I'm putting this up to show you so-called Negroes who are God's chosen people, and Hispanics who are in the right spirit and who are in the right mind frame. You so-called Hispanics who are the Most High chosen people, who know your true nationality, who are waking up and siding with the so-called Negroes because you realize that they're your brothers. I'm showing you not to put any stock or trust or hope in the system, as well as the people who are a part of the system, who are outside of our people, who are a part of the system, who show us no love, who are a part of the system, but the Bible labels them as Gentiles, heathen, and most of all, as our enemies. That's what I'm trying to show you. And this is not hard to see. The Most High says in regards of the Edomites, it says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. We read this in Genesis 25. Esau sold his birthright to his brother Jacob, which was our father, which was ordained, by the way, by the Most High. The Most High knew what was going down, and the Most High put this spirit on him to sell his birthright. This is why they're so mad. They don't know why they're mad. The Hamites, so-called Africans, they don't know why they're mad at us. The so-called Arabs, they don't know why they are so mad at us, because it's a spiritual thing. The same way we're spiritual and we move in the spirit of the Most High, who's the God of all nations and the creator of all nations. The heathens don't know why they feel the way they feel toward us. Some do, some are well educated in what we teach. But overall, they can't help but feel and get engulfed or sucked into this hatred they have for God's true chosen people, the so-called Negroes and Hispanics. Then the 17th verse says, for ye know how afterward, this is the part I was like really thinking about. It says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, because according to the law, the oldest child is supposed to receive the blessing. He was supposed to get the cream of the crop in regards to prophecy, in regards to judgment, in regards to the spirit of the Most High. Esau, he was supposed to get it all. He was supposed to get it all, but the Most High says, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. You see that? He was rejected by who? By the shot caller of the Most High. Esau. He was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears, this man cried. The father of the white nation biblically cried when he was rejected from getting what Jacob, our father, got. So he cried. This is how serious it was. But today, this is why I'm bringing this up. Today, the average white man, today the average German, Italian, French, white, Caucasian man has no idea how serious the Lord's prophecies are today in regards of inheriting rulership on this planet. But the well-educated, the well-studied, the well-focused in spirit as far as biblical prophecy and what we are experiencing today, they know what's going on. And they know how important it is to keep you so-called Negroes and Hispanics away from this Bible, to keep you away from finding out this truth. But prophecy is fulfilling itself so fast, and so direct in your face, they can't stop it. They can't stop it. So you got Africans who will not associate themselves with you, who don't want anything to do with you, who realize that you're God's chosen people at the same time. So everyone is ignoring prophecy, including the white man. Everyone is ignoring prophecy, including the other heathens and the Gentiles. They are trying to ignore prophecy as though it's going to go away, but it's happening so fast and in your face that it's a serious matter. And Esau, when you read the book of Genesis, realized that to the point he cried. He cried. You understand? Jacob and Esau's mother, they realized this. Their mother realized that this is why she helped Jacob. She helped Jacob trick his father. You know the story. I'm not going to go through it with the hairy garment and so on and so forth. You know the story. But the point I am making is that way in the past, the Most High's judgment was taken very, very seriously. You understand? Because the Most High's prophecies in his word, it came to pass. You understand? Today, the word of the Most High is so watered down, the Most High has to strike with tidal waves, floods, destruction, pain, suffering, killing, to make people see that God is real. This is what he has to do. He has to come to that extent to make people see that the Most High, he's real. But the foolish or the rebellious, they'll do anything they can to get around the Most High's prophecy. Anything they can. But is that going to change anything? No, it's not going to change nothing. The Most High's prophecies will come to pass. But again, it says in Hebrews 12, verse 17, it says, "For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected." By who? The Most High. The Most High made his decision, and in these last days, the Most High will make his decision again. Or he has already made his decision. Israel will rule, the real Israelites. Then when you read on, it says, "For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears." With tears. That's the Most High's judgment. The Most High laid out his judgment. So here you have Africans coming to this country, the land of milk and honey, the new land of milk and honey, and Satan, the new land of milk and honey, but witchcraft and evil. I'm looking at these guys, man, and just looking at them just boils my blood, because I can see this clear as day, because I see this every day in New York, and in New Jersey. I see it every day. And I see how these guys, they walk around like we're invisible. They'll laugh and joke and click up with each other, but these guys walk right past us like we are invisible, unless they want something, unless they see an opportunity and a way to make some money. That's how these guys operate. And you know I'm right. A lot of you know I'm right. It's only the ignorant and emotional who can't see this. Check it out, though.
And basic housing. Now, one African immigrant said that she thought that American people were much kinder, and they don't understand why they have to go through so much red tape opposed to the other immigrants. Now, we talking about immigrants that come from places like Venezuela, Mexico, and other places that are maybe just a little bit on the lighter side of things, right? And so, again, they want the laws to be changed so that the process can be expedited, right? They said they want to work. They want to go work so they can add to the economy and be able to take care of themselves. So again, they're citing because they're black for lack of better words, that they're getting this treatment. Now, I want to say this. As a black American,
notice how she said black for a lack of better words. A lot of these brothers and sisters, they know what time it is. They see that these goddamn Africans do not show them love. They do not click up with them or mob up with them or join arms with them. They see this. They see this. A lot of you brothers and sisters, you see this. Again.
Because they're black, for a lack of better words, that they're getting this treatment. Now, I want to say this. As a black American, and I want to say this to my fellow Africans that have come over to the United States of America. As my good friend Donovan always says in regards to immigrants from wherever, he says, don't come over here and just try to get the benefits, the housing, the money, the good stuff. Come over here and benefit for some of this racism that the white man got. You ain't special.
Yeah, he said, you ain't special. Yeah. Man, let me tell you. And she's still calling herself an African, but she gets part of it. And a lot of you Negroes in this country, you get part of it, man. These Africans don't give two SHs about you. They don't care about you, man. And a lot of you are going to have to start waking up to that reality. You understand? And a lot of the Africans, they need a foot in the ass, man. They need it because they think they're better than us. They're not better than us. I had one African, you couldn't tell this dude, you couldn't tell him he wasn't better than me. And I see him sometimes on the job and whatnot. You know, they give me the cold shoulder. I give it right back to them, man. They know something is different about me. They know. Because I get a look of hatred. I get a spirit of hatred, and I see clearly through it. It don't bother me. I send that same spirit right back at them. Same spirit. And I got some Africans, they cool. They don't know a goddamn thing, but so much. Well, so I think. But they cool, and I stay cool with them. Again, we went, like last Saturday, we went through the scripture. As much as life in you, be at peace with all people, and that's how you got to rock and roll today, man. If you want to stretch your money, and you want to make ends meet, and you want to get through on your daily bread, you got to know when to turn off the war machine, and you got to be subtle, serpent-like, just like them. You got to smile in their face and shake their hand and play dumb just like they do, because that's what they do. That's what they do. They play dumb like they don't know what the hell is going on. You got to move in the same capacity. In other words, you have to put on your spiritual thinking cap, because the Most High, he blessed us with knowledge, man. He blessed us with knowledge. That the Comforter, the scripture says the Comforter would show us all things and bring things into remembrance. So what Christ, who we call Yahushua in Hebrew, spoke to the disciples and what he taught us, we are learning that right now. You understand? And not just that, what's written in the Old Testament, how to be a Jacob or a Yaquab and how to supplant and get by in this system, the Most High will reveal that to you too. But now if you function off emotions and if you're untimely, you're going to have problems. You're going to have serious problems and repercussions, man. Bottom line. There's no doubt about that. Be wise as a serpent and humble as a dove. There's a time for love. There's a time for peace. There's a time for war. And there's a time for hate. You understand? Everything is about timing and spirituality and wisdom.
Now, I say this in love. I know that y'all been told, this and that is the land of milk and honey. And I guess I've been, different places around the world. And I would say America is still a lot better than some of the places that I have gone.
America is better than most places on this planet. Great old Babylon is better than most places when it comes to hustling and making that money. It's better than most places. I'm not saying you can't make money and do well in other countries, but if America isn't, why is everybody trying to get to America or Babylon? Why is everybody trying to get here? Because the great Satan has many different doors that open to help you sustain yourself, help you provide, and help you make money, at least to a degree. Now, it's getting really bad now, but no one can deny that. No one can deny that. This is why everybody looks towards America for music, for movies, for sports, for swag. Everybody looks towards America because America is the great Satan. A good example of that is in New York City. Everybody looks mainly towards New York City because New York City, out of all cities, is the great city of Satan. Everybody wants to be a New Yorker. Tell me I'm lying. And at the same time, people say New Yorkers are cold and liars and thieves and cutthroats. And to a degree, that's true. But the point I'm making, everybody wants to be with the big dogs, you know? He said, I'm not their friend. Why they sold some of our people to the white man. Yeah, it's true. But you know what they told me? I was talking to some Africans online, brother. I was talking to some Africans online. And you know what they told me? They said how we're lucky we were sold by them, because at least in America, we have money, we have better housing than they have. This is the mentality they think of. And I asked, do they hate us? And what do they think about us? Man, you should have heard the negative things they were saying about us. So much negative they was spewing out against us. But I didn't get mad. I respect that. At least as a Hamite, a so-called African, he was honest. He was honest. So I could rock with that. Just tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell us that we're the Most High's chosen people and you don't like us. I'm talking about the Africans. Just admit you don't like us. And a lot of them will admit it. And the negative stereotypes that's highlighted over our heads, they will elaborate on that. And they will speak it like it's the absolute truth. And that's what it is, bottom line. They don't like you. And you have to get that in your mind. No nation likes us. All nations hate us. And we have enemies. And the reason why they hate us, because subconsciously, deep in their spirit, they know we're the chosen people of the Most High. You got this brother trying to convince me that we're all the same, man, and the Most High recognizes us as the same. I said, man, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. You sound crazy. You know, I didn't say that, but you should have heard these dudes. And they just sound stupid. You know, the scripture I mainly pulled up was, you know, the famous Deuteronomy 7:6. I pulled that up, and you know, you should have saw them dancing around it. You should have saw them dancing around it like they had the answers and switching up the narratives and so on and so forth. It was just disgusting and ridiculous. The Lord said in Deuteronomy 7:6, it says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, not all people, but the Lord's people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of this earth." And they came with, well, it don't mean that. It means because of the law and the strangers, because the strangers didn't have the law, and those are the real heathens. And the Most High said, take us away from the heathens who didn't have the law. Those are the strangers the Lord is talking about. Man, come on. There's no nation on this planet like us. Look what we just read about Esau. He cashed out. And Esau's still the same way. Esau, he thinks for now and not for the future, unless it pertains to the destruction of you so-called Negroes and Hispanics. But I was just, saying is that, these people do not love you. And his sister, she's on point to a degree, but she doesn't see the full picture. But check it out.
You don't treat me as a black woman any better. Y'all know that. Y'all see the news of how they treat black Americans, and so somehow you come over here thinking that they gonna treat you different. White supremacy only sees black. They don't see you're from Nigeria or South Africa.
Yeah, but I'm gonna surprise you. Hamites, Africans only see their black. They don't see you, sister, or see us as black with them. They see Ham Africans versus so-called Negroes or Kata or Israelites. If they're educated, they know you're Israelites. I've met Africans who know we are Israelites. I've met some that know we're Israelites. You understand? I met an African in Elizabeth, New Jersey when I was at teaching camp out there. And you know what? He was shocked that we knew this truth. He said, how did you find that out? He was shocked. I know Arabs, the same thing, educated in who we are. And when I was online recently, when I asked that question to that I mentioned earlier to the Africans, I didn't get into it, but I asked them specifically, what do they say about us behind closed doors? And he came out and said some real negative things, and I wasn't mad at him because I respected the fact he spoke the truth. And you better believe they speak a lot of negatives, a lot of evils about you so-called blacks behind the doors. These Africans do not love you. And you should not love them. You should not love them. They don't respect you. You should not respect them. I'm not saying to engage in any aspects of violence against them. I'm not saying that. Just recognize that we are not the same people. We don't have the same spirit, and the Most High doesn't view us the same way. That's what I'm telling you to do. Recognize that aspect of truth and understanding. The Most High says, "For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of this earth." So that's all I'm trying to get you to see. The truth. The hardcore truth. You understand? And people getting their emotions and feelings, and they don't want to see the truth.
Or for Kenya, they don't see under that. They see black. And even when you open your mouth and they can hear that you are not black American, they don't care. Y'all heard them. They want, white immigrants to come over here. And I guess they including that of people from Latin America or Mexico or whatever. They consider them to be better. And so
they're more controllable and manageable. They don't consider them better. Well, in a way, they do consider them better, but they're more manageable and they're more easier to brainwash and make a slave out of them. That's what it is. You understand? They're Israelites too. So a lot of them. I'm not saying all of them are Israelites, but a lot of them are Israelites. And it's easier to manage, seduce, and manipulate them. It's very much easier. And that's the truth of the matter. That's the hardcore truth of the matter. You understand? So the Hispanics, they got to wake the hell up too. Because a lot of Hispanics, because they have a lighter skin or straight hair, they think that they're white. They think they're white. But all they got to do is look at them damn Indians, so-called Indians on the reservation, who also have straight hair and might be fair skinned, and look at the brutality and oppression and the murder that they went through. All you got to do is check this man's history, his track record, his historical track record, and reality will fall from the heavens and hopefully will hit you in your damn heads and make you see that you're just Spanish-speaking ninjas to them and cheap labor. That's all you are. You understand? But everybody wants to come to Babylon because that's where it's at. That's where the money's at. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. So she got some of the truth, but she still thinks that that all black people are the same. All so-called people of color, all so-called brown people are the same, and that's a lie. That's not the truth. You got Africans who fight other African nationalities in Africa. You got all type of ethnic cleansing going on amongst them. All types of evils and murder going on among them. And where do they get these weapons from? That they're ethnically, they destroy another person's ethnic nationality in these countries in Africa. Where are they getting these weapons from? The white man in America or the white man in Russia? That's where they're getting these weapons from. Same thing in Israel today. What's going on in Israel? Joe Biden, sleepy genocide Joe Biden, pulled back on weapons that he wanted to send to Israel. So now you got a lot of people in an uproar. A lot of people in an uproar because he pulled back on weapons that was supposed to be sent to Israel. And now all hell is breaking loose. But like I told you, brothers and sisters, stay out of that, man. Stay out of that. That's not our fight. Watch these devils implode and destroy each other. Watch them. Watch them destroy each other.
Unfortunately, and I feel so bad for you, you're getting a rude awakening that this white man over here don't love you either. In fact, one of the city council women over there in New York says, well, it's enough. It's enough. What are we, we're supposed to take care of all these immigrants. But see, it wasn't enough when they was taking care of the other immigrants that were from different countries other than Africa, which is a continent, right? But they didn't have a problem then, but now y'all showed up and they said it was hundreds of Africans that showed up in the city hall chambers and then, dozens that were outside. So it was a lot of African immigrants saying, hey, what about us? We want a fair shot too. But then the other thing that I think immigrants, regardless of where you come from, you got to understand this red tape that you're talking about is called the law. We couldn't go over to y'all country and just stake a claim and say, I'm here to stay.
Number one, America is not her country. She's speaking as though they're coming in and invading her country. America, it's not your country. The white man don't recognize you having a stake or claim in America. You're just a slave, like the Most High brought you over here to be a slave. And the same Africans, you're saying you couldn't go to their country and stake a claim. You don't belong there either. They call you kata. You know what that? I heard a guy break that down. You know what he said kata mean? Because I always thought it was cotton picker. It's a wild animal without a home. Even though our home is in Israel, and the Most High, He scattered us to the four corners of the world. But bottom line is, America is not your home, and Africa is not your home. You're calling yourself Africans, thinking that's your home. That is not your home. That is not your home. So, we're going to wake up, man. It's happening now. It's just a matter of time. And as time go on, we're going to see. But I just, found this video a little interesting. And at the same time, it's up. It runs parallel with current events, because there's a lot of stuff happening with within these protests with the college students. There's a lot of stuff happening with, like I told you, Sleepy Joe didn't send the weapons to Israel. There's a lot of things happening in the Ukraine. There's a lot of stuff happening all over the world, and we know it's the Most High's prophecies and judgments. And it's just a matter of who has opened their minds, and who's has awakened to the Most High's word and His judgments, and who chooses to remain stupid. Who chooses to remain stupid. But bottom line, you better believe that we definitely in the time of the Bible, and you got a lot of people today who don't believe the Bible, but believe foolishness and believe feelings and emotions. And the Most High, He don't respect feelings and emotions. As much as you want to run on feelings and emotions, the Most High does not respect feelings and emotion. The Most High says in Proverbs 14, verse 15, and I'm going to close with this. It says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man, the prudent man, meaning the wise man, the man who has understanding, the man who knows scriptures, the man who's a man or woman, women too, the brother or sister that's a person of the Most High, says, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. See, the wise man, he's going to look and check things out, but the 12th verse, real quick, it says, there's a way which seemeth right unto a man. So man always has his opinions and his feelings and his emotions and his ideologies. But the Most High says there's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof, meaning at the end of the day, the end thereof are the ways of death. And that's the final point the Most High is going to make. Death through fire and destruction. But before that, a lot of suffering needs to come to pass. A lot of suffering will come to pass, and a lot of judgment needs to be passed, and we're going to see. But bottom line is, stay away from them damn Africans. Them Africans are not your people. Stay away from them. Some of them are our people. And if you're spiritual, you're able to see who's our people out of them. But some of these Africans are straight up hardcore, hard-nosed, peasy head, red bloodshot eyes, yellow teeth Africans. Stay the hell away from them and bond with your people and grow in the spirit of Yahweh.